Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to some more Vinland Saga. That's right, take out your weapons. It is time to go back to the ancient times of the Vikings. Previously, what is love? We debated what love is, apparently. Apparently, everything is love. You see, love is basically the dead body over there. Love is the clouds in the sky. Love is when your grocery store clerk makes awkward eye contact with you. Tell me, customer, why are you buying 17 packs of condoms? XXX, L, Magnum Dong condoms? I am silently judging you. So yeah, apparently everything is love. To be more serious, I think they kind of lost the plot on that one. I'm not really sure where they went with that, but also that, I had a kind of a problem with the prince kind of, like, I liked that he gained some confidence, but I didn't like how he just kind of, you don't become competent out of nowhere. He had a revelation of some sort and realized something about love, baby don't hurt me, and then all of a sudden kind of, his balls dropped and in many ways almost like became a completely different person. But again, I like the confidence, but I think he hadn't really shown any signs of being competent before. Except maybe with the whole cooking thing. The point is, you can't just do a 180 with a character out of nowhere. It's kind of like a gradual thing. Other than that, we also saw Thorfinn getting his ass kicked again. I expected the fight against Thorkell to be a little bit more. I suppose they did show that Thorfinn got a lot of cuts in, but it still ended kind of mediocre, ended up being kind of mediocre. I felt, they didn't focus on the fight enough. Let's just get into episode 19 of Vinland Saga.
Hey, are you alright, Thorfinn?
Who is that? He's big.
And his cock is big as well.
What did he say?
Like, before I said that I felt the fight was a little bit disappointing, or it ended up kind of being disappointing at the end. That's because instead of kind of keeping it more realistic and them actually fighting and then maybe, I don't know, Thorfinn, getting knocked around or a kick to the face or something, right? And then he's like out of it. Instead of that, they did some weird shit where Thorkell sent him flying into the air like 70 meters, and then he landed among the trees or whatever, and it's like, and the only reason he didn't die was because of the trees, and it's like, why even do that? It's so it's so anime to the point where sometimes I just worry that it kind of kills the immersion. Straight up, I thought the fight was over.
This is no time to sleep.
I thought the fight was over. What's the point of even having him sent flying in the last episode and then him landing in the trees? If they just continue to fight anyway, you could have had them fighting, moving while fighting, right? And then end up in this or next to this tree anyway. You didn't need to do that thing where he sent him flying 70 meters in the air.
He's still alive. Have some more fight in you, I see. I'll give you time to recover.
Don't mock me. Now bring it on.
Oh no, even I wouldn't do that in the state you're in.
Shut up. I don't need your pity.
Oh,
You see? Look at that. Hey!
he can walk.
Come back! Let him help the boy.
I guess,
Someone
okay.
bring me a seat.
I will say, okay, I will admit, I've been taking the show a little bit too seriously, right? By seriously, I mean realistically. Because I was under the impression that, dude, he had like, Ascalon had like 2 arrows in both his legs. There's no shot there's no shot you're walking. Like, absolutely no shot, realistically, right? Like, I could buy him in the last episode, like, kind of, you know, using his sword for support and kind of bringing himself, like, on his feet. I could buy that, but him walking, hell no. Hell no. But it's anime logic, I guess. So that's what I'm saying, right? I've been taking this show a little bit too realistically. Should probably, like, tone down my expectations a little.
Get away from me. Worry about treating your own damn wounds.
Just let me look.
No! Ah!
Control your temper. That's a bad habit of yours. And use your brain. Think about it. What will it take to win this duel?
I believe you've earned that story I promised. So listen up. I'll tell you about Thor's.
Oh my god, he will.
Thor's and I each served as commanders of our own battalions, and he was the most powerful man in the entire army. Ordinary warriors can't even join the Jomsvikings, but he was so strong they named him the Troll. Sigvaldi, our chieftain, took a liking to him and gave him one of his daughters, your mother, Helga.
Okay, so this is one thing that I'm not sure if I've gotten wrong or not, but like Sigvaldi is this the same guy? I guess not, right? I thought this was the king. Fuck, man. This is the downside of not binging shows, right? Of watching a couple episodes and then waiting a week and then watching another couple episodes, right? Where I just end up forgetting things. There's the King of the Danes, but I thought that was Sigvaldi. Their leader of the Jomsvikings was Sigvaldi, and then I guess they were like some sort of big mercenary like company or something, you know? I guess the reason I started thinking, I guess, that, like, you know, Sigvaldi was, like, the king or whatever, is because they kind of started talking about Sigvaldi and the king kind of around the same time, so I kind of just assumed it was the same person, I think. And then, obviously, the fact that the prince, you know, having long blonde hair and blue eyes, very much like, you know, I mean, come on, right? So I just kind of assumed that they were kind of related.
That's right. And my older brother as well. Keeping all that in mind, that would make me your great uncle.
What? He's related to the chieftain?
Okay, now honestly, I'm just gonna continue. Now I'm getting very, very confused. It's early for me, okay? My brain is not working yet. I need my energy drink. Oh.
Our last battle took place in Hjörungavar, Norway. It didn't go well. In the middle of it all,
Oh, he was
fell
there.
into the sea and never resurfaced. I wept for him. I had hoped to best him in battle myself, with my own 2 hands. I saw him one last time in Jomsborg.
Let's go.
Hey! Have I found a pair of thieves? I'm not sure if you're aware, but this is the home of the great troll of Yam. But I lost a friend not long ago, so I'm not in the best mood. Thors, it's you. But what the hell is this now? Where have you been all this time? Did you know we already threw you a funeral?
Dude, look at this. Look at the size difference. That's insane. Look at the size difference of their heads. What the fuck? And Thor's is a big guy. You know, sometimes you can't really tell how big Thorkell is, but like, Jesus. Fucking holy hell.
We threw you a funeral?
All right,
Calm down. Take a breath, Thorkell. Sorry for making you worry.
Oh, that's Helga, isn't it? What in the world do you two think you're doing dressed like beggars? What?
I won't be seeing the chieftain. We're going, right now.
But why? You just came back here. You can go tomorrow.
I'm leaving. This town and the Jomsvikings. I need you to forget that you even saw us here tonight.
Thors, is this a joke?
Just pretend the sea really was my end. For me, all right?
I must not be hearing you. Why would you ask me that?
Honestly,
I've made a decision.
I'm surprised that Thorkell even agreed to this, like to stay quiet. He's probably the one person who would be like, that doesn't make any sense. What? You're so strong. Why would you want to stop fighting? What? I mean, maybe Thor's gave him some sort of like deal of like, hey, you know, if you do this for me, then I'll give you a fight or something, you know, like a duel.
That's it for me. I'm not fighting anymore.
Enough! Now I know I'm not hearing you right. You're not telling me you're afraid of dying, are you? Did you know my brother was planning to name you as his successor?
I'm sorry.
You must be tired. Go eat something and get some sleep.
I understand now. I know what it means to be a true warrior. That's why I can't stay here. You're well aware of the code. We execute those who leave without the chieftain's permission. This is a town of fighters. You only know the way of the sword. Where else will you go? Behind me. Goodbye, Thorkell.
Where is your sword?
Don't need it.
When I finally came to, Thors and Helga were gone. 15 years later...
Yeah, I figured he wouldn't
Helga
go
was dead.
without a fight.
Truly dead this time. During those years, I couldn't get him out of my mind, and I realized the life and death of the body doesn't matter. The soul is what has meaning for a warrior. Thorfinn, what kind of life did your father live in Iceland? Tell me.
Like hell I will.
What? I told you my story!
Think that makes a difference?
How selfish. I bet the real reason you won't do it is because you can't. I can tell by the look in your eyes.
Ooh. I just thought about this, but I wonder what will happen if Thorkell finds out that Thor's died by Askeladd's hand. Ooh. Ooh. That'll be interesting.
They don't have the same spark that his did.
What's that?
The truth is, Thor's didn't teach you anything at all, and now you're embarrassed about it.
Wait!
Let go or I'm killing you first!
You can't win fighting like you normally do.
Jesus Christ.
My life depends
I
on
actually
you
told him
winning
as
this
well.
duel.
I'm pretty sure last episode I was talking about how you know, Thorfinn has a pretty good chance as long as he doesn't get riled up.
You understand? So you're gonna listen to me. I'll tell you exactly how to beat that monster. You haven't forgotten what you fight for, have you? You want to kill me in a duel, right? Just for now, let me serve as your advisor. It's the only way to ensure survival for both of us.
Honestly, I actually don't think Thorkell would kill them. Straight up, I think he would 100% take them prisoner. I feel like Thorkell, as much as, you know, as much as he kills on the battlefield and whatnot, right? I mean, maybe he would kill Askeladd. Maybe. But, you know, he already kind of kept him alive, right? Why would he kill him now? And I don't think Thorkell would kill a very promising young warrior if he could have them survive to become even better and then to fight later, right? He is basically like, almost like Hisoka, right, from Hunter x Hunter. He might kill like a fully developed warrior, which is why I'm saying, like, if Askeladd fought him at full strength and then he lost to, you know, Thorkell, I feel like Thorkell will kill him. But in this case, I think, to Thorkell, I think Thorfinn is way too young still, so it's like, in his mind, it would be like, well, it would be a waste to kill you, like, so early, right? You're probably gonna get a lot stronger as you progress, as you grow older, so, you know, I'll wait like another 5-10 years and then we'll fight when you're at your peak. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, right? What's gonna happen is that they get close to beating him, but they don't. They still fail, and then Thorkell still kind of keeps them alive. Like, probably what's gonna happen is they're gonna get close to beating Thorkell, but maybe still lose, and then they start maybe feeling that, oh shit, we're gonna get killed, and then the prince shows up, convinces Thorkell to keep them all alive, and then they go together somewhere, you know? Something like that.
Does it hurt, Thorfinn? You could leave Askeladd and join my army!
Stop trying to run away! Why don't you just surrender?
What are you doing, boy? You have to fight with honor until the end! Do you want to disgrace your father?
Draw him in close, where you can reach him. Just like the Battle of Malden.
The what now? The who now? Who the what now?
Even Thorkell the Tall was severely wounded that day. I saw it. It was only for a moment, but I saw it. The one time the invincible Thorkell was toppled. Good job. Make him believe you have no options left. Well done, Thorfinn.
I was hoping this fight would last. It's pathetic. All he did was run.
That's right, Thorkell. Come close to finish him off.
I don't think that's gonna work. I legitimately don't think that's gonna work. It's smart, but the thing is, Thorkell isn't just talented in terms of physical capability. He is someone who learns from fighting. He's not going to fall for the same trick twice, right? So it's like, if he already got wounded one time, I don't think it's gonna work the same. Like, I don't think the same thing is gonna work against him. You know, fighting is the only thing he knows how to do, but he's very good at it. So I don't think the same thing is gonna work twice.
His weak spot is...
What? He has like a... What the fuck?
No, you fool! You don't have your weapon! Thorfinn, on your right! Go! Kill him now!
Damn it!
That's it! You're dead! You idiot! Stop that at once!
Yeah, it was a fucking duel. Don't even try it.
Bastards! How dare you disgrace and embarrass me like this?
But Chieftain...
How dare you just step in and try to interfere with my duel! And you of all people, Housegear. Have you no sense of a warrior's honor?
Resent me if you want, but we're killing that boy. Go ahead and take my life if you must. But you have to survive. There's no one else. You're the only one who can unite 500 of these savages!
That's enough. Cease your fighting at once. Anyone who falls in this battle will die in vain. It never seems to end. Do you never tire of killing each other like this?
Royalty or not, you have no right to interfere in a duel. Stay out of this, princess.
This doesn't look like much of a duel to me. And you dare to call yourself a chieftain? Where's your sense of pride and honor?
Just shut your mouth, all right? You don't have to tell me about pride and honor!
I mean, yeah, at this point, they basically guaranteed their survival. Not because of the prince or anything, because they violated the terms of the duel. Now, I would imagine, Thorkell has no option other than to be like, you know, I can't just kill them now because all my men would essentially, you know, think that I lost the duel. You know, the honor would not be there. The only thing to do would be to just let them go, and then maybe prove your valor with another duel at a later date.
Release Thorfinn at once. He's the victor of this duel.
But Chieftain, you haven't lost just because we got in the way! Hold your tongues, you imbeciles!
You're wrong, I have lost. So let me lose with some dignity.
I wonder what the weak spot was. Like, why?
Do as your chieftain has ordered you.
This is a disaster! In all my 50 years, I've never been more enraged.
50 years. He's 50.
Bring me a drink! You didn't just come out here to break up our fight.
I require provisions and a sled. Also, Thorfinn and Askeladd are in my service. I'm taking them.
You must be insane. What kind of hunter would allow his prey to go free?
See, okay. So in this situation, this is a knife's edge, okay? The fact of the matter is, the prince needs... Okay, I swear to God, okay? What the prince needs to do here is logically present them some sort of deal, right? Something that actually makes... Like, essentially, the prince needs to convince not just Thorkell, but also the audience, me, right now. It needs to present me with some sort of argument why they would help him. He better not just go like, I am the prince, you will do what I say, blah blah blah, you know, like, you can't just do that. I want to see competence. I want to see him actually kind of outmaneuver Thorkell, guarantee their safety and provisions and the sled, right? Like, I want him to actually argue his way out of this.
You think me the trump card you can use on King Swain? Don't you? That's why you want me?
Exactly right, Your Highness. You're my hostage, my bait, and a sure way to make some money.
Forget about the prince! Don't be so greedy!
Just keep watching.
Call off your dogs. I'm not running.
Seems he's grown mature in such a short amount of time. What happened? I saw what looked like Ragnar's corpse back in the village.
I assure you. Because my father hasn't an ounce of love for me. He intends to pass the crown to my brother Harold. I've never been more than a backup plan for him, putting the future of the kingdom in jeopardy. My continued existence is nothing but a source of distress for my father.
And now you're telling me King Swain is hoping I'm going to end that existence for him. Is that it?
Death in battle would be convenient, rather than assassination. His own hands would be clean, and I'd be out of the way.
All right, say I agree to let you leave here. Where would you go?
My father is with the army in Gainsborough. That's where I'm going. To fight him.
And you think you can beat him? Unlikely.
Win or lose, I'll do what I can. In any case, my life has no value to begin with.
You say that, but I've heard those words from the mouths of more men than I could hope to count. Most still beg to be spared when they realize I'm about to kill them. I suspect you're the same, aren't you? Damn, that look in his eyes. I've seen it before, and I don't like it. What is it? What could you be looking at?
Convenient. A little too convenient.
You know something? Throughout my lifetime, there's only ever been one thing I regret. Why didn't I leave with Thor's the night I saw him and Helga in Jomsborg? Because I think if I had, I would have learned what it means to be a true warrior. I've made up my mind. You can go, but I'm coming with you. I will aid you in your fight. I want to see for myself what you're going to do, and who you're going to become. But if it's anything soft, I won't hesitate to cut you down.
Very well. Then from this day forward, you'll be my retainer.
Wait, but what does that make us? I guess we just follow the chief then.
I mean, it's acceptable, I suppose. You know, he didn't blow me away with his arguments, but it's acceptable. You know, because ultimately Thorkell just kind of wants someone to fight, and being on the side of the prince, if the king has that out for him, and the prince is essentially like declaring a war on his father, then, you know, for Thorkell it's kind of like, you know, like, I mean, might be fun, right? Might get to fight people. And then he tests him with the, you know, are you afraid of death? The thing, right? And he's not afraid of death. So I suppose, you know, it's acceptable, I suppose. But this whole now you're my retainer thing, that's what I have an issue with. It's like you can't just be like, oh, you're my retainer now. And you might say, well, Thorkell kind of, you know, or the prince kind of earned Thorkell's respect because, you know, he has the same look in his eye as Thor's. But it's like, yeah, you know, that's like, that's an anime thing. It's too anime, you know? And then there's this guy.
Prince Canute. I must confess that Ragnar died by my hands. Please take my life. But if you don't, if you can find it in your heart to spare me that justice, I'll be your servant. Even if it costs me my life.
You will fill Ragnar's position. That is your penance.
Yes, your highness.
Any who desire it may join me. King Swain will fall. We'll drag him from his throne.
We've no choice. It's all water under the bridge now.
Okay, not gonna talk too long here, but the main thing I have an issue with is simply that the prince hasn't convinced me. You know, all these people, they're kind of like, you know, following him now, but like, he hasn't convinced me. Like, I don't know what it is. He doesn't seem that charismatic, not really. Sure, he talks with conviction now and confidence, but it's like, I don't know. He hasn't actually, how do I say this? He hasn't actually done anything, right? So how do I explain this? There's a difference between being a leader and being a good leader, right? A good leader has actually done something, and a leader is just kind of a leader because they're a leader, right? Because they're charismatic and people follow them. Essentially, he hasn't done anything, you know? Sure, he's not a fighter, but you could at least have him, I don't know, coming up with plans, or, you know, like the Armin from Attack on Titan, right? Like, if he's not a fighter, you can have him be calculating and doing something, right? Like, contributing to the battle, contributing to the problems that they have. The only thing he has done is cook a little meal for you know, Thorfinn and Ragnar, right? Like, that's basically my entire problem. Like, if he actually showed that he could, like, do something to contribute to the group, or like to do something that no one else can, then I'd be like more on board. But he just hasn't done anything. And you can't even say that he, you know, had Askeladd and Thorfinn survive, because Thorkell would have 100% let them go anyway. So it's like, sure, maybe you can say that he convinced Thorkell to come on board and follow him against, you know, the king. But like, that's kind of like, on one hand, all of Thorkell's men are probably following Thorkell, right? And Thorkell is following the prince not because he wants to follow the prince, but because he wants to go against the king and fight, right? So it's not that the prince is actually like so charismatic that he's getting people on board to, because, you know, those people want to fight for him. It's because those people are just fighting for him because of other reasons. You know, the other men follow Thorkell, and Thorkell is fighting because he wants to fight. He wants to fight, right? And Askeladd has this, you know, King Artorias vision, and thinks that maybe in the future the prince can become like some sort of ideal leader or whatever, right? Thorfinn obviously is following because he just wants to kill Askeladd. The point is, all these people have their own reasons why they're following this person, not that they actually just want to follow this person. That's the difference. If the prince actually did something, then maybe people would be more inclined to follow him, like Askeladd's men had followed Askeladd, right? Because he was competent, because he knew what he was doing. He was strong, he was smart, he was competent. That's why they followed him. But I just haven't seen the prince do anything yet. That's why I'm not buying it yet, right? That's my main problem. Regardless, hope you enjoyed episode 19 of Vinland Saga. We shall be back with episode 20 shortly, and until then, goodbye.